Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can, and I continue with Tyranny blind. I think I was supposed to talk to Bitterquip and Antio about the distraction that I provided by talking to the Vendrien Guard leadership, so let's do that. Well done! While you were toying with the Oathbreakers, my gang had the opportunity to set a rope on the collapsed bridge over yonder. The Furies wait to join you in battle. What's the plan now? Plan is to lower that bridge. My warriors can't swim in their armor. The lighter troops, he points squarely at you, can move across the rope, then lower the bridge. We'll meet you on the other side. Crossing by rope, are we? Barik clears his throat and shifts his weight awkwardly. In that case, I might recommend that I go last. For once I agree with Antio. Bitterquip points across the water in an animated alarm. My gang has been spotted. Go now, before they are overwhelmed. Now, to be honest, isn't it a little ridiculous that...
On it.
You know, in the same breath that they claim the Disfavored cannot follow me because they wear too heavy of an armor, Barik just jokes about it, even though he wears the exact same type of armor. So, you know, logically speaking, I don't think it should be possible, or at least plausible, for him to cross the bridge using this rope, if the others can't. Take a hold of the rope and slowly cross the river. Sure, let's do that.
On it. To battle!
You got it.
Right.
Thought I was dead for sure. Go ahead, Fatebinder. I'm of no more use to you. What are you talking about? If you still can fight, then you're definitely of some use. Staff of Boreal Frost. Okay, so that's a direct upgrade over my current staff, which I am very happy about. So let's equip that. Okay, I guess you're not going any further, really. Oh well.
Can't do that.
Kairos' butchers have come! Flee!
Okay, Matani Sybil again. That's the drawbridge. Retreat! Captain Matani signals for her troops to run to a nearby village. There's too many, they've crossed the river. Pull back. Vendrien soldiers rush forward and adopt a close formation, covering Captain Matani as she retreats. Brandish your weapons. Raise your hand if you leave orphans behind. I can try to, like, frighten them. Hold, I only wish to talk. I don't think this is going to work in the middle of it. They clearly think they are under attack, and in reality they are. You know, I am facilitating the armies of Kairos crossing the river, so I will threaten them, because it might be fun and it's a skill check. I feel like I'm going to have to kill them anyway. Brandish your weapons menacingly. Raise your hand if you leave orphans behind. One of the soldiers panics at the proposition and breaks formation to flee.
To battle!
Okay, so it just freed one of them from...
You got it.
Fall before me!
I got it.
I can feel my...
Okay, so most of my guys are wounded. I am supposed to be doing this, and addendum added forge-bound iron. So that was a piece of the iron that I'm supposed to find here. I guess I will lower the drawbridge, even though I think the game is in a weird state of disconnect right now, because as far as I'm concerned and my understanding of reality, I've betrayed Kairos the moment I let one of the leaders of the Oathbreakers go without a fight. And I've killed a team of the Scarlet Chorus. It's just that nobody knows about it. So it seems a little schizophrenic to still help the forces of Kairos to take this place. But I think it might very well be my actual main objective. Lower the bridge. It seems like I have to do it anyway. Excellent work, Fatebinder. We'll hold the bridge against any reinforcements. Excellent work. All that remains is Captain Matani Sybil to the north. My soldiers paid the price for the disfavored incompetence. Let's not forget who made the breach capture possible.
On it.
What do we have here?
These empty crates appear to have significant water damage. You also notice a small series of notches on the left corner of each box. Okay, so it's boxes of iron stolen from the Disfavored. Heavy leather gloves. Okay. What's my actual objective regarding that? Explore Echocall crossing for clues of the missing shipments of iron. You found a broken crate with a busted disfavored weapon inside. It must have been part of the shipment. There must be more clues nearby. Okay, so I just have to look around.
Sorry, I can't.
For more of it. This just leaves the location.
Sorry,
Can I somehow
can't.
get up there? Because some of the Oathbreakers were up there.
Sorry, I can't.
Okay, maybe it's through here. You must gather your party before venturing forth. Okay, those are just settlers. Resolve the battle. Oh, is there any
They're here! Run! Go now!
other way to resolve it
Another
other than fighting?
battle. I'm starting to think we're bad at making friends.
I can't move!
Oh crap! I'm stuck.
I got it. I got it.
Not happening.
Right.
Please, my children are inside. If you must kill me, do it out here, away from them. I had nothing to do with the Oathbreakers, I swear.
Can't do that.
To be honest, I would much rather not kill anyone that does not try to kill me first.
On it.
You hear the muffled voices and frightful exclamations coming from inside. But can I enter?
Sorry, I can't.
Hey,
Sorry, I can't.
I guess he answered me.
Sorry, I can't.
The Vendrien Guard can't protect us! We
It's all in the reflexes.
must go!
The villager looks at you in frightened silence. And here I thought fleeing the earthquakes in Azure was a smart move. These crates have a small series of notches on the left top corner of each box, and scuffs on the ground suggests they were dragged here from a nearby home. Would that be this home? Or this one? Because those are, again, disfavored iron crates?
Interesting.
Okay, how do I disable traps? Like, do I have to be in stealth? Because
On the lookout.
they are quite deadly.
On it. Trouble is afoot.
The Fatebinder needs help.
Okay,
You
that's,
got it.
I can't take much more of this.
If I can't move, I can't dance.
that didn't work. Yeah, overall,
I'm not built for this sort of violence.
I really hope the fight won't last much longer, because my guys are very battered. But I still, like, what? How? He just... I wanted him to disarm the trap, and he just walked straight into it.
I tear your skeleton out by your ass.
And died in a single strike.
Right. Interesting.
Okay, can have more camping supplies. But you know what? I don't know why the lesser healing potions don't appear here automatically. Like, by all accounts, they should, right?
At once.
You want this village? Take it. Good luck during the flood season. I thought we already surrendered. Shouldn't the war be over? Yeah, that's a potentially valid question, but it shouldn't be directed at me.
Kairos' soldiers are here!
Can't do that.
Okay, I can talk to this one, which is interesting. Matani's shrill voice pierces the air, a clarion call addressed not to you, but to the citizens of this village. Do not fear, sons and daughters of Apex. Kairos' hounds are at our doorstep, but the Vendrien Guard will not abandon you. Brave warriors of the Vendrien Guard, these foreigners and sellouts mean to burn our homes and butcher our families. Summon what strength you have, and show Kairos the price of taking our land. Several soldiers step out from half-closed doorways and dimly lit alleyways, fury blazing in their eyes. The partisans shout battle cries to marshal their courage, and you see grey gleam of iron as they brandish their weapons and charge. How in the name of Ashe did these hill folk get their hands on iron weapons? Barik regards the locals with momentary panic and bewilderment before setting his stance for battle. Yeah, clearly it's the disfavored iron that is missing. There are crates of it all around.
To battle! On your knees, work!
Okay, would much rather take this one.
As you command. Consider it done. Before me!
Await my signal.
I'm not dead yet. I'll take a look. How hard could it be?
Sorry, I can't.
Echocall village appears to be unusually well supplied. It's likely the locals have been helping the revolutionary forces for some time. Mercy, have mercy on our humble village. Damned northerners, you just take what you want, don't you?
I got it. On it.
Okay, so I have to go up there to catch her. I guess at first I was a little afraid, there's so many of them, but those are civilians, I don't think they are going to fight me. They are here, weapons up, and remember those no longer with us. Honor them with your courage and prowess. The captain turns to face you as you approach. Fatebinder, we are proper warriors, are we not? This battle should remain between those of us who specialize in dealing death. Let the villagers go, they did not ask for this conflict. I'm not here for slaughter, I would prefer to talk. Common sense tells me not to trust an agent of Kairos, but Captain Florian wouldn't have returned to us alive if there wasn't some sincerity to your words. The captain looks at you expectantly. His soldiers stand ready, and the muffled cries and sobs of villagers fill the air. Well, to be honest, like, I would like to ask those questions because I'm interested in their reasoning, but ultimately I just want this. I want them to run. The last time I let them go, I've already decided that I'm going to join the rebels, because it seems to be very much a possible option, given the fact that the game has given me rather direct spoilers in the form of the fact that Ebb is in the companion tab, and obviously she's currently my enemy, she's helping the rebels, so if she's a companion, I assume there has to be some way of me to join them. And that's where the sort of my standing with the Vendrien Guard comes in, because again, if they were just my enemies throughout the entirety of the game, what's the point of gaining favor with them? Can I save? I can't, because I am interested in those, for them to explain their reasoning, but I think I'm just going to choose this. Run, all of you, or you'll have to deal with my allies when they arrive in force. Binder, what do you mean by this dereliction of duty? I could see us letting the sick and the infirm go to tell of our infamy, but these South Knobs took up arms against Kairos. This cannot be forgotten. We've beaten their warriors and shamed their captain aside her ancestral river. Never heard of winning graciously? From inside his hulking iron suit, you hear but a small grumble, then Barik falls silent. Then Florian was right. Not all of Archon's servants are anathema. I should be angry you proved Florian's point. Can't wait to hear the end of that. She laughs to herself with a shake of her head. Sure thought we'd have a fight on our hands. Her hand moves towards her belt, but it seems peace is in your mind. You meant it. You'd let us walk? Yes, I meant it. Run before it's too late. I thought Kairos' army is devoid of honor. I am content to be wrong on this matter as well. Captain Matani gestures for her crew to break formation and depart with one hand, as she pulls a parchment from her belt with the other and pushes the scroll into your grip. Captain Ari had a hunch Your mercy may have not been a fluke. She sends her regards and awaits your reply. Good luck, Fatebinder. She nods with a smile, then leaps off the side of the building. The sound of frantic running quickly follows. Now, if I'm going to have to fight all of them, this is going to be a problem. But they don't seem to know what I've done. Well done, Fatebinder. You bring honor to the court with your valor. Antio slowly nods as he looks across the village. The captain, what became of her? If she still draws breath, the voices of Nerat would be most intrigued to speak with her in detail. To be honest, I'm heading for a conflict. Like, I'm afraid that if I straight up tell the truth, I will have to fight them all, and I would likely lose. But if I do that, I can just repeat, because I'm dead. I will have to repeat. So I'll just tell the truth. I let her go, told her to send a warning to her friends that I'll be coming. Really? He lifts an eyebrow, at first with a scowl, and then upon reflection a smile. While I would have liked to take her back as a prisoner, perhaps we will be better served by her returning to her nest. There she will speak of what happened here, tearing away at what little hope remains. We may have lost several of our numbers at the river, but we picked ourselves up and made this work. Antio nods to bitter quip, a reluctant smile across his face, and then he bows to you. May we always triumph. And what of this village? The locals could have trapped the houses, so too risky to commandeer the site. He shrugs, his tone becoming matter of fact. We should burn the town. It'll cut off support, send a message, and the smoke signal will give the others a visible rallying point when crossing the Matani. Did we just waste all of that blood and time capturing this place only to torch it all? Now I adore the mystical power of fire in ways none of you could possibly understand, but even I think there is a time and place for arson. Fatebinder, kindly tell Antio he's free to burn his half of the village. The Scarlet Chorus would like to keep our half for spoils, not smoke it. The settlement should be... No. Okay, I don't like this. I don't like that this includes people being made into slaves. Like, because this very clearly tells them to let the villagers go and just torch their livelihood, which is obviously a very nasty thing to do, but it's magnitudes less nasty than making them into slaves. Like, I might actually choose this, if only because I'm afraid of the enslavement process. If there are any villagers left here, allow them to run, then you may raise the settlement. You have gained wrath with Vendrien Guard. Would they have preferred the people being made into slaves? I need 2 of you to scour the grounds for any of our wounded, and 2 to gather kindling when we've got our own cleared from the site. Good hunting, Fatebinder. The Disfavored commander offers you a vigorous salute. Graven Ashe protects. Well, if we're going to solve this with fire... The chanter lets out a long sigh as he slowly traces the sigil of a long-gone Archon of Fire with his index finger. Then the least you could do is leave this to an expert. Have your warriors round up the wounded. If you want this town burned, so be it. We'll destroy all evidence we were ever here. The chanter smiles with a wicked grin. Fatebinder, on behalf of the Disfavored Legion and our chorus allies, I thank you for your bravery and wisdom. The Iron Marshal has sent word that the Archons are meeting at the Disfavored camp, and that your presence is requested. You should make haste back to the camp. We'll take it from here. Meet with Tarkis Ari. Okay, she sent me a missive, right? Friend or foe? Fatebinder Stanis Javert. If you're reading this, we have lost the river Matani, surrounded and without escape. We will fight to the death, but the common refrain we hear is, Kairos wishes not to rule over a wasteland. Is there truth to this mantra, or is it another of the Overlord's lies? We would wish to meet you under a truce of a blue flag to discuss how serious the Overlord is in his mercy. See the reverse of this parchment for directions to a meeting site. Arrive with only a small entourage. Asking you to come alone is hardly fair, but if reinforcements are shadowing you, we will know. Tarkisari, captain of the Vendrien Guard. Okay. And I've also... Lantry has leveled up. Lantry revives the fallen comrade. This is obviously a pretty useful spell, so I think I'll take this. Now, what about the iron? Find the iron located somewhere in the village. The iron shipment must be located somewhere in the village. Search the area for goods. Okay, I'll do that.
Sorry, I can't.
Like, there was one of the houses clearly mentioned. But I don't seem to be able to open any doors.
Sorry, I can't.
Not exactly the pick of the litter, but we can throw some of the able-bodied folk into the fighting and see who makes the cut. Hear the wailing? I always loved that part. Things were not so difficult when we governed ourselves. How does war bring peace? I don't understand. Yeah, that is a very good point. That is a very good point that I think, you know, people in Kairos' empire should reflect upon more. You know, they keep starting wars of conquest in the name of Kairos' peace. Old man moi. I've already told you I'm not leaving my home. The old man slams a fist together for emphasis, glaring at you with a startled brow. Oh, you aren't one of those purple imbeciles. Sorry, didn't mean to yell. Eyesight isn't what it used to be. Name's moi. Been here since the old king Okon claimed the valley as part of his own. You're with Kairos, right? He drops a finger at you with the question. And Kairos brings peace, right? Well, I surrender. Now leave me to my home and privacy. I suggest you cooperate with their demands. Settle down, son. I've been living here on a lonesome just fine. I've endured heat waves, breath fever, flooding. I'm not worried by children at play. Just hope none of you kids drown in the river. That would make your parents sad. Well, fine. I'm not going to kill you, but I fear that they might. Fine. Rot away, old man. Gladly. Moi puts his hands on his hips, rather. Putting both of his hands on his lips could have been difficult. And nods with a defiant scowl. Oh, I can check his house. Okay, so do you have the smuggled iron? Because I can't seem to notice that the wagon is suspiciously close to your house. The lock lacks a complex mechanism and looks like it can be picked with moderate effort. Bronze tower shield, lesser sigil of strength. Forge-bound iron ingots. These iron ingots bear the seal of the Forge-bound guild. The old man barges through the door behind you. You motherless warmonger, or rather whoremonger, which is a much graver insult. He attempts to usher you away with the pointed end of his walking stick. Get out. I found forge-bound iron in one of those barrels. You have a great deal to explain, old man. The old man points to his walking stick at your face. It's always the young punishing the old. I had no choice in the matter. Strange men appeared here a fortnight ago. They claimed to be supporters of the Vendrien Guard, but I've never seen them before. He stamps his foot in a fit. I had no choice. These so-called freedom fighters threatened my life if I didn't comply. Villagers forcing you to help the Vendrien Guard? That sounds suspicious. Have you not been listening to the damn thing I've been saying? Or do you have shit for ears? His face twitches as his spittle lands on you. That's exactly what I was saying. I didn't want any part of this foolish war. Well, it seems your stubborn ignorance may have saved you. I'm taking the iron. You may stay. The old man snatches your hands and shakes them with what little strength he has left. Thank you, Fatebinder. Return to Isotanis. Okay. I will do that. But I think I'll talk with the rebels first. Oh, that's a new person. Good day to you. Well,
Sorry, I can't.
doesn't have a lot to
On
say.
it.
Okay, so I can rest now, right? It's been a while, and most of my companions are pretty wounded. Secluded Grove. Tarkis Ari gave you the location of this secluded stretch of wilderness where you might meet in private. Fatebinder. Tarkis Ari is just ahead.
Sorry, I can't.
Follow me. Tarkis Ari awaits you up top. We'll be watching you. Well, before I go there,
Sorry, I can't.
I want to explore this piece of wilderness.
Can't do that. Can't do that.
Oh, I've met most of them before. Pelox Florian I let go. I've parlayed with Ebb. I've let Matani go, and here's Tarkisari. So it seems to be most of the rebel bigwigs, as it were. The wagon appears to have been used as a makeshift shelter from the volley of arrows. It wasn't entirely successful, judging from the bloodstains that trail away from the wagon.
Can't do that.
Let us speak, Fatebinder. Tarkis Ari is waiting. I suggest you speak with her.
See that?
Oh, actually I didn't see that. Thanks for letting me know. Adds the spell breach affliction to thrust attacks. Also grants a bonus to magic skills a short time after using thrust. Now thrust is the first skill, right? Yes, it is. Okay, so I will use this because I need more points if I want to go deeper into the tree anyway.
Right. I got it.
Pleased to see you again, Fatebinder. I owe you one. Before you stands Captain Tarkis Ari, the de facto leader of the dwindling Vendrien Guard. Short, sunburned, and agitated even when standing still, her body is a compact sculpture of muscle and bone, and her face is short on symmetry thanks to scars and dents from a dozen of brushes with death. Why do you grant an audience to one of those to this one mystifies me, Fatebinder. We should be running these Oathbreakers through and parading their ruined bodies about the battlefield. Harsh, but I like it. You have my permission to stop negotiations in favor of Barik's plan any time now. Calm down, we're not here to start a fight. Peacebinder, thank you for accepting my summons. She points to a tattered swath of blue fabric hanging from her belt. The one traitor, the one tailor amongst us was too busy mending armor. I apologize for the tears, but most underwhelming blue flag. I am Captain Tarkis Ari of the Vendrien Guard. Fatebinder, you may work for the enemy, but your actions are tinged with honor, mercy, and even a shared respect for the tears. No shred of respect for the tears. After much debate, we agreed that we should take the risk and meet you in person. I'll be impressed if this is some clever ruse. Less so if we truly mean to steer our loyalties away from the two indomitable armies that support us, and more importantly, pay well. Oh, do they? I was under the impression the chorus might not even get paid. Like, they don't strike me as a professional army. They strike me as a rabble of psychopaths who kill people for the enjoyment of it. In accordance with ancient customs north and south, I offer and request a delay of blade. As a Fatebinder of Tunon and emissary of Kairos, I will hear your words. Thank you. As reigning captain of the Vendrien Guard, first among equals, I am honored to have this opportunity to speak. Our little stand is nearing its end. We have been taking wagers. I had given us 2 weeks at best. Miraculously, we lasted 2 span. Though I doubt Kairos' historians will mention those details, no doubt the record will describe us as a footnote, but we never assumed we would successfully carve our own free realm out of Kairos' claim. We're brave, not stupid. We did this knowing we would all perish, but in doing so set an example that might catch on like wildfire. The captain clears her throat as she speaks. However, now we have a chance to send our message of resistance throughout the tiers. You are the missing thread in our tapestry. How exactly can I help? We know of Kairos' edict, and we know it is to be a death sentence hovering over all currently sealed in Vendrien's Well Valley. I wonder how they could have picked this information, picked up this information. Barik crosses his arms and balls his hands into fists. What sort of idiot told the enemy details that they didn't need to know? Oh right, it was you. Yes, it was me. And to be fair, I did entirely recognize that it was stupid to tell them. Like, it was stupid if you still supported Kairos. You shouldn't have done that. But the problem is, well, the problem for Barik at least, is that I don't really support Kairos. So, you know. And we've since learned two important details. We know Ascension Hall must be taken by an agent of Kairos, and we know all in the valley will perish if it doesn't happen. We have right to fear the Overlord. If Kairos' armies kill us, we die. If we kill Kairos' armies, we die. Charming dilemma we've been given. Okay, this makes no sense. This is... If this is intended to work, this is stupid. Like, because how do you define an agent of Kairos? Because to me, the bare bones of being an agent of Kairos is to A, hold a position, some kind of official position within Kairos' empire, which I fulfill that requirement. But B, it should also include keeping Kairos' laws? Because otherwise, like, what sort of nonsensical loophole is it in this edict that, I've betrayed him. I've betrayed him a number of times by letting oathbreakers who have broken the laws go without a second thought. What sort of imbecilic loophole is it that I still count as a quote-unquote agent of Kairos even after breaking some of his most important laws, just because nobody has officially renounced my position yet? Like, that's silly. I was hoping for something more creative, but I guess I'll have to go with that. I've had plenty of time to ponder the edict. So long as an agent of Kairos claims Ascension Hall, we're safe. This agent could be me. Well, Ari blushes, coughing into her hand as she looks away. Yes, that's pretty close to what we had in mind, actually. Told you this one was smarter than the average soldier. Our plan is this. The captain takes a deep breath and straightens her posture. We want you to take Ascension Hall. We will she coughs, tripping on her words. We will serve you as your warriors, and then under your command, we will secure Ascension Hall in your name. Or so that's our foolish notion. Eb interrupts with a hollow laugh. What say you, Fatebinder? You've proclaimed this edict. You're more than an expert. You are more an expert in the Overlord's logic. Will this work? I don't know. Like, I assume, from my knowledge of how games work, I assume it will. But if I were to guess in universe, I would say probably not. Like, as I said, that's a ridiculously stupid loophole. I just proclaim the edict. The Overlord does not share such secrets and details with me. I see. The color drains from her face. Then what hope do we have? The captain shakes her head in disbelief, looking to her comrades for a response. Well, hopeless or not, a plan is better than no plan. Then I guess the next question is the all-important one. She takes a deep breath, straightening her posture. Fatebinder, you have shown us mercy, the likes of which we haven't seen since Kairos' forces crossed the gates of judgment. Is it wrong? It is wrong to say join us, but rather, Fatebinder Stanis Javert, will you accept us as your vassals, your sworn deputies, officers? What does one call a servant of a Fatebinder? The term is yeoman warder. The modern court uses deputy or officer. Either way, I will accept your vow of fealty. I ask total dedication of my warriors, so it is only fitting I'll be willing to offer you the same. She nods with vigor. If the worst comes to pass, I think we would all be happier to be sworn to you than to the voices of Nerat. I, Tarkis Ari, pledge to you my service, loyalty, and life. The captain falls to her knee and bows with a flourish. The other warriors present follow suit, each supplicating themselves before you, reciting their names and pledges of fealty. Once all of the soldiers have bowed, a hush comes over the gathering, and only a Tidecaster remains, standing apart from the soldiers, her posture different, or rather diffident. 2 years back, the elder Tidecasters made their stand. Cairn won, but they all died the way all of us dream of dying, in searing tide of glory. I expect action from you. I wish to die in a blaze of vengeance or not at all. Consider that my oath of fealty. She bows with a flourish, smiling as she pounds her staff for emphasis. Well, anything else? All that remains is for us to thank you for hearing us out. She nods with a wink. I should return to the Archons and see what I can accomplish. Excellent. Return to the camps, see what chaos you can ferment, and meet us back at the Citadel. Not hard to miss. She points to the vertical line in the horizon, the mountain spire at the center of the valley. Just walk towards the giant obvious landmark until we meet again. The captain nods at you, bowing slightly. His quill finally coming to rest, Lantry looks up from the scroll of notes. Thank you. Now I have their side of the story. A good chronicle chapter has as many of those as possible, which usually means one. A gesture as strange as any I've seen. You've received their loyalty, but they aren't fighting for the Scarlet Chorus yet? I might have a thing or two to learn about compromise. What? How are you okay with this? We're very clearly discussing treason. You know, and specifically in a roundabout way that's required to break an edict of the Overlord. Like, how are you not more angry about this? Don't place too much faith in the hands of those Southerners. They will turn on us as surely as they did last time they bent the knee. What? Is he stupid? Like, they've already turned on you, and I have turned on you. Like, are my companions dumb, or what?
Will do.
Okay, I will go back to the Disfavored camp because Isotanis is waiting for the news about the iron, right? I assume. Stop for a moment. I would speak before you make any more mistakes. Barik wraps his helmet roughly over the bridge of his nose. Something on your mind, big guy? Or has all the iron and bronze finally tired you out? Fatebinder, I can't claim to understand your motives or your reasoning. The Oathbreakers and the Scarlet Chorus are to blame for the problems of the siege, and you seem to think that sponsoring this chaos will somehow solve it? I would strongly urge you to turn your back on those friends of yours and throw your support behind the Disfavored. But I actually made a pretty solid decision, but I'm going to lie to you that I didn't, just so that you're calmer. Like, I kind of like Barik, but obviously he's very dogmatic in his view of the Disfavored being like perfect and always right. And at least he doesn't seem to be a psychopath, which Verse clearly does. Like, she actually is unashamed of enjoying killing people. Don't worry, Barik, I haven't made a firm decision yet. He studies you for a moment and allows some of the tension to leave his shoulders. If you say so, that you trust in the Oathbreakers at all is a cause for alarm. They are our enemies for a reason. Take care with your loyalties, Fatebinder. You may have earned Tunon's confidence, but mine is less certain.
On it.
Fatebinders, the Archons are in the War Tent. Well, before I go there... What part of no aren't you grasping? Maybe you should put less effort into whining at me and more effort into scrounging something. I'm not leaving until I have my blade, even if I have to wait for all of you to finish the siege and pack up camp. This ironclad is being an ass. Fatebinder, I don't suppose you could intercede. Lowborn mongrel? Don't address me as if I'm common trash. I'm third cousins with Vendrien Lyceria. This folks was given to me by my father, and he bequeathed it. Shut your cock scabbard. What? It's a cock scabbard. Okay, that's actually a pretty creative insult, because obviously that insult implies that the cock scabbard in question is his mouth. So that implies he regularly, services men orally. When you bent your knee to the voices of Nerat, you forfeited all claims to your garbage ancestry. Now drop it before I kick your... The disfavored warrior turns his head as you approach, and you hear a sudden shift in tone. Just drop it. There's plenty of sticks around here. Isn't this menacingly shaped stick the weapon of choice in the chorus? But it's my blade. You'd let me wade into battle unarmed, just for a smug little laugh? Is that how you honor your allies? Step closer, listen in. You assembled on a field of battle across from us. Nobody told you to bring your ever-so-important family heirloom blade to the party. It's mine now. Walk away. And just let you... The choirman's rage comes to a sudden halt as he turns his attention to you. A look of recognition comes over his face, and he blinks up a storm, tripping over his words. I recognize this one. The Fatebinder, right? They said Tunon was going to send one of the court folk. Would you lend me a hand against this northern piss bucket? No offense. Sure, what seems to be the problem? This Laos was here up until recently, our enemy. He raised his falx against us. I knocked him on his ass and helped myself to the weapon of his, a noble piece that he clearly doesn't deserve to wield. And I was offered the chance to make amends by serving Kairos as a vassal to the voices of Nerat. Why am I still treated like being the enemy when I'm on your side? You're lucky to be alive, lucky that freak Archon gives you Southnobs a second chance at life, when we ought to kill you or geld every last one of you. The disfavored warrior clutches his face, and a long sigh can be heard from under his helmet. Fatebinder, we are clearly at an impasse, and I doubt he'll give me the satisfaction of striking first. I will abide by your decision, even if I disagree, as long as this fool here will agree as well. There, a little civility. If he's willing, so am I. Okay, to the disfavored soldier. For the record now, explain your side of the situation. The warrior clears his throat before speaking in measured, respectful tone. Well, Lord Binder, I first encountered this man some weeks ago on patrol. He was part of a Vendrien Guard hunting party. He stood his ground, maybe even took a swing at me. I do remember thumping him pretty squarely on the forehead with my pommel. I thought to myself, nice folks, and I grabbed my trophy after the battle. It was a rousing scuffle, but hardly worth of an epic. I didn't even think of it much until yesterday, when this chap shows up asking for his falcons back. I get that he's sore about losing his family blade, but that's what happens when you raise your fist against Kairos. We don't give you back your thumb and fingers. To the Scarlet Chorus Warrior, explain in full your side of the situation. I came around to following the Overlord, but recently the choirman look around the camp, his face turning pale, and I guess I'm learning about how things work here. Anyway, this guy here, he bested me in battle, no bones about it. It didn't kill me though. I suppose you could have guessed as much. Kindness itself. Go on, recruit. Anyway, I wake up next to some of my countrymen, and they put us through the decimation rite. I was lucky enough to grab one of the 9 daggers tossed into the arena. He pauses to hold back a retch, his mouth twisting and the corners of his eyes twitching. So I survive, right? I'm barely clearing the blood off of me when I'm told my next task is to secure a proper weapon. The chorus doesn't exactly hand them out. So his tone falters, his face going pale. I walk to the Disfavored camp thinking they are supposed to be allies and maybe can help. Then I see this guy showing off my falcons, and well, it's my family heirloom. I was told to get a proper weapon, and this doesn't get more proper, and it doesn't get more proper than a falcons that has been in my family for generations. Either of you have any further thing to add? I respect that this man found Kairos, but he raised that falcons against us as an enemy. I know I'm in the right here. The Scarlet Chorus Warrior shrugs. Shit, I don't know. I just know if I had 2 swords, I would lend one to an ally. Seems like how allies should work, right? I've reached my decision. Go ahead, I will abide by your decree. Claim it for the court. No, I am going to give it back to him. Like, he's lucky to be alive. They had him slaughter his own neighbors. Like, he's been traumatized enough. If anything, I feel for him. Like, I would like to do more for him than just return a family heirloom, but I am going to at least do that. You know, his family is most likely dead, and they might have forced him to kill some of them himself, so the least he can have is like a memento of his family line. Graven Asher insists on proper rationing. Stockpiling bronze you won't yield is a misuse of resources and no way to treat an ally. Return the folks. The warrior wags a finger in disgust. Just tell me you side with the mongrel. Don't try to butter my ass before violating me with some excuse about how I'm in the wrong. This favored warrior reaches over his shoulder and unstraps the long scabbard and folks. With a dismissive toss, the weapon clatters on the ground, and the disfavored warrior walks away. Thank you, Fatebinder. He snatches the blade off the ground, his face flush with a ruddy smile. It did seem unfair that Ash's warriors seem to get all the iron they need, but the chorus provides nothing. The Disfavored have no respect for the tearsmen that join the chorus. Don't waste your time trying to be their friends. True enough, but I'd rather not be their enemy either. That soldier could do things with the folks that would take me years to figure out. I guess this is my opportunity. He nods and goes about his business. Okay, let's talk to Isotanis because I have his iron. Have you found the iron yet? Isotanis gives you a look full of expectation. Again, this is stupid. Like, I realize it's stupid because I'm giving resources to my enemy. But I can't help myself because I want to see the majority of the content. Like, I'm probably only going to play this once because I have so many games to play that it seems like a waste of time to play the same one a couple times, so I'm probably only going to play this once, and I would much rather do the most I can in it. Here it is. Well, I can lie about it as well, I guess. Maybe I should. Yeah, to be honest, I probably should, right? At this point. By the time we got there, the Oathbreakers had picked it clean. Nothing left but scrap. More scrap? Damn. I'll relay your findings to the Iron Marshal. I can tell you she won't be pleased, but maybe she'll be better. She'll sleep better knowing that we can't do anything about it, except kill some Vendrien swine. Why did I lose it? Like, I didn't give it away, so what gives? I don't understand. When an enemy strikes Verse, she gains a passive bonus to dodge and parry skills until the combat ends. Okay, that should increase her survivability.
Right.
Anything new? No. Okay, this episode has been long enough, so I'm going to save and end it for now. That's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!